I'm only human. I'm only human. I'm only human. It ain't right to be a killer unless they license me. I'm in your faces, now the world could get the likes of me. I am the truth, I use the truth to feed the life in me. But if you're blinded to the facts of my eyesight to see, I read a book and then it told me think and grow rich. I keep my mind from negativity and whole shit. Don't ever question my integrity, I don't slip. And then the name you call consistently is gon' stick.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Sports Talk. I am your host, like always, Zach Barnett. I have a special guest with me today, and I don't think he needs any introduction. But my special guest, he played football at the University of Toledo. Took his talents to the NFL, he was an undrafted rookie. My special guest, he was a part of the 2011 New York Football Giants Super Bowl winning team. Got a Super Bowl ring. They played the New England Patriots and defeated them. But my special guest is Christian Hopkins. Stay tuned for the interview. Brought to you by Vane Protective Gear and Marcus Ogden, inspiring others to take accountability. As a child, how did you get into football, man?
As a child?
Yes, sir.
As a child, I grew up in a economically struggling community, and the circumstances of where I come from, man, it just made me a hardened kid. And as I got older, I started to see that I had a talent, and I could catch the football really well. We used to play tackle football outside, and one of my best friends, man, when I was young, I was sixth grade.
Yes, sir.
He took me over to this school, and I was in sixth grade, but I looked like I was in like eighth, almost in high school, because when I went over to the Park District, they told me I was too big for the fifth, sixth grade team, so I had to play on the seventh, eighth grade team.
Yes, sir.
So, and then that's when it happened. That's when it took off.
Hey, I hear you, man. Was this at your high school? High school, how was that for you, man? Wasn't it at Hyde Park High School?
Yeah, I went to Hyde Park. Yep.
Yes, sir. Just tell me a little bit about that journey for you, man, through high school.
High school, man. High school was good. It kept on going. I kept getting better. It was a talent that Father Yah gave me, and I just kept on. I kept on working at my craft and getting better. And I have this competitive edge about me. I have this hunger to compete.
Yes, sir.
And I didn't just, I wasn't satisfied with just competing, just to go out there to play. I played football because, I grew up in poverty. So, the way I played football, it's seen in how I play. It was seen in how I played.
Yes, sir.
My upbringing.
Definitely,
so,
man.
So definitely, my talent just kept soaring. I ended up working myself up to being one of the top players coming out of Illinois.
Yes, sir.
In 2003, and I was recruited heavily by a lot of big D1 schools.
Yes, sir. Then you went to Toledo, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So tell me just a little bit about that journey for you at Toledo, man. How difficult was it to transition to the college level?
The biggest transition then was from high school to college was talent to speed. You know what I mean? Now it's everybody talented now. So now it's like, okay, now I got to take my hunger and my competitive level to another level.
Yes, sir.
And then now seeing it that now I gotta play at a different speed. You know what I mean?
Definitely,
now it's
man.
like it ain't no half stepping. It's full tilt.
Yes, sir.
And that was the biggest change from high school to college was speed. And then I was blessed by the Most High to adjust to the speed of the game in college, and I ended up being one of the top players in college too.
Definitely, man. Going from Toledo to transitioning into the professional level in the NFL, did it put a chip on your shoulder to prove yourself going on to the NFL, being an undrafted rookie?
Yeah, I always had a chip on my shoulder because it was pretty much, man, like I seen guys that, went to other D1 schools and other guys that I knew that coming out of college I was better than, and it just made me hungry. You know what I'm saying? It made me hungry to go get it, man. And I was the type of football player you line up in front of me and you gonna work.
Definitely, man. Definitely. So it was pretty rewarding your first year going with the Giants, man. Tell my audience just a little bit how that went down being in the Super Bowl.
Man, my very first year there, I played some years in the UFL, which is it's an NFL developmental league.
Yes, sir.
And I was the 5th pick to the Omaha Nighthawks. And from there, I had the New York Giants call me up.
Yes,
and
sir.
So from there, I got picked up. I was picked up like that June, July. That was July, right when they was in camp.
Yes, sir.
In July, picked up, and I was thrown right into the fire.
Yes, sir.
And we ended up winning my first year.
How rewarding was that for you, man? Coming from all the trials and tribulations that you went through, how rewarding was that to know that you won a Super Bowl?
Oh man, it was great, man. What even made it even better was we was 9-7.
Yes, sir.
And we was the underdog. We was the ones that they looked at as didn't have a chance, and we ran the table.
Definitely, man.
Praise God.
Definitely, man. So tell me, among your time in the NFL, who and what coaches had the most impact on you as a player and person, man?
In my time, just in the pros or period?
All the above, if you want to elaborate on it.
Okay. When I was in the pros, I really had a good connection with Coach Coughlin, and I loved the manly in order mindset that he had, that he brought to the game. He didn't play. Everything was on time. If the meeting at 8:00 and you walk in at 7:55, you late. He was in order. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
My position coach, I really loved, man. My position coach, Coach Bolt, man, best tight end coach, man. What made him really good to me was he taught the position of tight end like philosophy. It was, this is how you block. This is how you get underneath the box. This is how you move him. He really taught a good philosophy. You know what I mean?
Definitely, man.
Of the game, of how to play.
Yes, sir.
But overall, the best coach I came across that really challenged me as a young man was a man by the name of Chris Haddon. Chris Haddon got me at my almost, I would say, kind of my worst, because I was fresh out the ghetto. I just received a scholarship to Toledo, and when I got there, I had the Prop 48 my first year. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And he was right there with me. He motivated me. You know what I'm saying? And I learned some life values.
Definitely,
you know what I mean?
man.
Accountability, character. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And so overall, I really, Coach Chris Haddon was really dope to me.
Definitely, man. So this is going on to another subject, but among your football career, when did your faith, when was it tested for you, man? When did
I'll be honest. Throughout my career, what I know now as faith and the true process of how salvation and eternal life is obtained, I didn't know what I know now. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And I went through a major trial when I first came out of college, I didn't get picked up right away.
Yes, sir.
And I had to, I ain't gonna lie, I was depressed a long time. I was mentally strict, man. I was down, man. I didn't get picked up right away. I stayed away from football for a whole year.
Yes, sir.
And after a year went by, I got a call, and when that call came, I literally right before that call came, I had a major challenge, man, where I almost did something that now I would never do, but I almost did something in my darkness of mind and being depressed. I almost committed suicide.
Yes, sir.
And it wasn't until I was like, man, I just prayed.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know the Most High Yah. I didn't know His name at first, but I just knew Him as God. And
Yes,
I was just like, man, you know what? I need a chance.
My last question for you, man, and during your football journey, you tasted a lot of success during your career, but the trials and the tribulations of football, the lessons that you've learned through all of it, man, did you apply all that stuff to your personal life?
I have now. When I was in sports, when I was in sports, I was just like any other man that was out here, coming from college, now making money. I was out here wild. I was doing what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? And but now that I have submitted myself to being a man of righteousness and a man to lead by example, now I walk in a righteous path, you know what I mean? But
yes,
in the
sir.
world, I was young, you know what I mean?
Definitely, man.
So it's been a blessing, though.
Yes,
it's been
sir.
a blessing to add no value to my life.
Definitely, and I misspoke. I might ask you one more question, man.
Feel free.
After your retirement of being a football player, how was that transition to finding a new career for you?
Oh, it's football was the vehicle, that the Most High gave me to pretty much build me in the way that He wanted me to be built to prepare me for what I do now. And now those values that I learned and being accountable, showing up on time, not being late. If I say that I'm going to do something, do it. Showing my teammates that I'm going to execute not just what I have to do, but I'm going to make sure I'm on point with you so I know that we doing what we got to do together. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, those values I learned in sports, I have brought over to my life and into my career now.
Definitely,
and it's been incredible.
That's all, folks, from our interview today. Stay tuned for more from Sports Talk with Zach Barnett.